June 23, 1965. A steamy summer afternoon in Houston, Texas. Police are called to a modest home on Driscoll Street to conduct a welfare check, and stumble upon a nightmare that would haunt the city for decades. Inside the Rogers home, officers made a discovery so grotesque it remains seared into true crime history. Fred and Edwina Rogers, a seemingly unassuming elderly couple, had been murdered, dismembered, and stored in their own refrigerator. This horrifying case would become known as the Icebox Murders. Fred and Edwina Rogers hadn't been seen or heard from for days. Concerned neighbors asked police to check on the couple, but what started as a routine welfare check quickly turned into a macabre scene. In the kitchen, detectives opened the refrigerator, and what they found was horrifying. Dismembered body parts had been meticulously wrapped in butcher paper and arranged on shelves. Nearby, another gruesome sight awaited them on the stove. The remains of Fred Rogers had been severed with a saw. His body displayed signs of being beaten repeatedly with a claw hammer. Edwina Rogers, meanwhile, had been shot execution-style in the head before being dismembered. Chillingly, the couple's organs had been removed and flushed down the toilet. Forensics suggested the dismemberment took place with a frightening degree of precision. With Fred and Edwina brutally slain, the police's prime suspect quickly became Charles Rogers, their reclusive and unsettlingly secretive 43-year-old son. Charles was a geophysicist and a former Navy pilot. By all accounts, he lived like a ghost within the Rogers household, communicating with his parents only through notes slipped beneath his door. Neighbors often saw him leave before dawn, returning after dark. No one could say for sure where he went, fueling suspicions and conspiracy theories alike. Forensics soon revealed blood in Charles's bedroom. A hammer and a saw stained with the victim's blood were also recovered from the home. Charles Rogers vanished without a trace, leaving police and the nation bewildered. Without a trial or a trace of Charles Rogers, wild theories sprang to life in Houston and beyond. Some said Charles acted out of years of alleged mental and financial abuse by his parents. Others believed a more sinister motive lay at the heart of the crime. A faction of theorists tied Charles Rogers to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Charles, they speculated, had been a CIA operative whose covert activities were discovered by his parents, leading him to murder them in cold blood to protect his secrets. Some claimed this theory stemmed from a supposed diary belonging to Charles, detailing murky government operations. But no concrete evidence has ever been produced to substantiate the claims. Despite a decade-long manhunt, Charles Rogers seemed to vanish into thin air. Theories ranged from him fleeing to Mexico to living under an assumed identity miles from the spotlight. After 10 years with no sighting, Charles was declared legally dead in absentia. Yet even in death, the Icebox murders remain unresolved. Over the decades, the Icebox murders have become one of America's most infamous unsolved cases. They've inspired conspiracy theories, sparked novels, and left a permanent mark on Houston's dark history. The Rogers home is no longer standing, its secrets lost to time, but questions remain. Did Charles Rogers truly commit these heinous crimes? And if so, was he a disturbed son pushed to his limits, or a methodical killer hiding far darker truths? What do you think? Was Charles the mastermind behind this horrific crime, or does another explanation lie hidden in the shadows of history? Share your theories in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more chilling mysteries from Whispers of the Crime, because some stories still leave us cold.